Hi everyone, it's Katie. Today I'm gonna walk you through my collage process. This is going to be a scrap collage, which means I'm not gonna use scissors. I won't cut any new pieces. I'm only gonna go through old little random shapes and scraps that I have from other projects that I've done. So let's get started. I'm gonna use Elmer's glue today. You can use whatever glue you have on hand. And I think that I want to make a face. I really like doing portraits, and a scrap collage is a perfect way to make a funny, silly face. So the first thing I do usually is pick out a few pieces and I start just playing around with them on the paper, seeing what they could be. Right now I'm starting with some eyes possibly. It could always change. Don't feel like you have to stick with wherever you put a shape the first time. You can always move it. And I'm wondering if this could possibly be an ear or the side of the face, but I don't think that's gonna work. So since the first pieces that popped out at me were eye shapes, I'm gonna start there. And they don't necessarily have to look like a real eye. Play around and see what you like. That could have been an eyebrow, it could be my smile. I like a funky nose. I don't know if that's quite funky enough, but maybe I'll use it for something else. And this is an odd shape. I like that a lot better for the nose. It's a little bit more interesting, gives him a unique look. As you can see, I collect tons of scraps. You may not have all these. Another way you can do this is start by collecting a ton of random shapes, cutting them out, cut pictures out of magazines, and then work from there. Now these eyes look completely different, but I feel like that's okay. It makes it a little more fun. I like that these are similar shape but different colors. I think I might try to make a little collar for them. And I haven't glued anything down, so I can always change. But I'm liking where this is going so far. So that could have been an eyebrow, a smile. Now I'm thinking maybe an ear. I thought that was going to be a nose at first, but I think it could be a mouth. Just needs something else. So I'll take a piece, a little curvy piece, and use it as a lip. Now that makes it a little bit more interesting than just having an orange rectangle there. I'm thinking this could work for an ear. It's a little small, but that's okay. It doesn't quite have to make sense. I actually like that. But I think I'm gonna have to change to my other side. Give him a little rosy cheek. Now there's a shape that's similar to my other ear, but not too similar. And look at that. It's a perfect chin now. I would have never thought that in the beginning. But I actually really like how that's coming together. My favorite thing to use for collage is a rough paintbrush and any type of Elmer's glue, tacky glue, any liquid glue. I like it because it spreads out nice and even and you don't get big clumps. Have you ever glued down with an Elmer's glue bottle and you just get the paper all wrinkly and sometimes it's oozing out the sides? It gets very messy. So I really like using a paintbrush, but you can certainly use Elmer's glue. Try not to squeeze too much out, or a glue stick would work really well. I didn't have any on hand, so I used this. Try to really get the glue on all the edges so you don't have any little corners poking up. Take your time, press each piece down really well. It's a really important part of collage, especially when you're doing lots of layers on top of each other. And right now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm trying to use as many different colors as I can. I did choose a white background, which I'm kind of regretting now. I wish I would have chose a color background, but that's okay, because we've got a lot of color in the piece. Normally I wouldn't pick a shape like this for an ear because it's really not the shape of an ear. The chin is more what I would usually go for, but this kind of surprised me. I really like it. And it's okay that it's hanging off the page. If you don't like that, you could always trim it at the end. I love this mouth. I think it came out really cool. I love purple and orange together. It's not quite a smile, but he does look happy. These thin pieces are very tricky to glue without getting glue all over your fingers, but that's okay. You can always keep a paper towel next to you, unless you don't mind getting messy. And now the eyes are done. I really like that. I'm not really going in any order. I'm kind of all over the place. As long as you glue down the pieces that are supposed to be stuck to the background first, just make sure you remember what order they go in. Here comes the nose. It's quite an odd shape for a nose, but I don't know why it stood out to me. I really like it on him. With the scrap collage, I tend to just see what pops out at me and try to make it work wherever I can. There we go. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I got my brush all full of glue by dipping it too far in the bottle, so I'm just gonna wipe the edges off on this nice flat piece. Instead of a collar, I could have made this into a bow tie. And I've got his basic shapes in. I think it's missing a few details though. Not quite sure yet what I want to add. Maybe something, the top of his head, he needs some type of hair, I think. This green piece stuck out to me for some reason. I'll try to find a way to fit it. And I like that it lines up at the top of the paper. Normally, if you saw this piece lying around, you wouldn't think, hey, that looks like hair, but it doesn't quite have to make sense, and I think it works. I think art is much more fun when it doesn't make sense. And I have one other piece similar. I'm going to just attach it to the other side. Since I'm not using scissors, I've ripped a couple pieces to make them fit. Fingernails work really well to break off pieces. You can always use scissors though. Perfect. You can keep going, adding details until you feel like it's done. I think I'm gonna add some eyelashes. Maybe just to one side, we'll see how it goes. And these are really thin, so they're a bit tricky. You don't need a lot of glue. I'm just trying to barely brush that on because I don't want it to glob all over the rest of the eye. There. We got another one. I could even use little bits of glue that are stuck on my fingertips and just rub them on the back. That's even too much. I think this piece here will give me about 4 eyelashes, which is fine. I don't think I need any more than that. I'm going with the flow here. We'll see what happens. The last one. And perfect. I like that. I feel like the other eye is a little lacking now. We need something to go on the other side. I'm not sure that I want to put more eyelashes. Let's see if I can find something. This might work. Maybe the other way. That. I like that. So we'll glue that down. And I think I want to add one more detail. Let's try to find a little piece. And where could I put this? Maybe on the eye? I don't think so. It kind of blends in. I think it might work on the chin. We'll give him a little chin dimple. That's perfect. Just smooth it out. Make sure all parts of the shape have glue on it. And I think he's done for now. Have fun with it and please share photos of what you make. I'd love to see what you guys are working on.